Alright, last question. June 2016, question 9a. We're told that f of x is equal to 2x minus 7 and g of x is equal to x squared plus 1. We're asked to write an expression in terms of x for, what's that, f inverse of x. So, f of x is equal to 2x minus 7. Step 1.
It's not a minus 1.
Yeah, but we're not ready to say it. I start now. When we end it, you can have that on it. Alright, let's go. First step, take out f of x and put y. Step 2, interchange x and y. Wherever you see x, put y. Wherever you see y, put x. So x is equal to 2y minus 7. Step 3 is to make y the subject. Negative 7 come over and become what?
Positive.
X plus 7 is equal to 2y. I need y by itself. What must I do?
Divide both sides by 2.
So y is equal to x plus 7 over 2. So last step, take out y and say f inverse of x is equal to x plus 7 over 2. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Next, g inverse of x.
So if you turn it other way, it's okay, same way?
By the way, oh,
Like if I say 7 plus 8.
same thing. You have g of x is equal to x squared plus 1. Y, x squared plus 1. You have that so far?
Yes, sir.
2. Interchange x and y. Wherever I see x, put y. Wherever I see y, put x. So this is what? X is equal to
Y squared
plus 1. The third step is to make y the. I must have y alone on.
1 side.
Positive 1 come over and become what? X minus 1. Y squared. What is the opposite of square?
Square root.
Y is the square root of what? X minus 1. Alright? Y. Sorry. You know, you could have said this. I don't know it's necessary. This is what? X minus 1. The opposite of square is square root. Whenever you find square root, it should be positive or negative. But it's alright. I don't know if I would kill if it never put the positive or negative. But let us see if it will matter. Then the last step is to say g inverse of x is equal to positive or negative x minus 1. Do you have that?
Yes, sir. But we have
Alright? Do you have that? Alright, next. We need an expression, come on guys, for f of g of x. No, f of g of x is a composite function. I think it's the first time I've done this since today. So please focus. No, literally, f of g of x is a composite function. We're going to put g of x inside of what? F. Here's how it works. In f, wherever we see x in f, we're going to take out x and put all of g. In f, wherever we see x, f says what? 2x minus what? 7. But we're going to write back f, take out this x and put all of what? G. So this is 2, take out the x and put g, which is what? X squared plus 1 minus what? 7. So this is f. But in f, what we did is we took out x and put what? G. Stay with me. Let's remove the brackets by applying what?
distributive law.
2x squared plus 2 minus 7. This is 2x squared. What is 2 minus 7?
That's right.
Minus 5. If the signs are different, subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. Next. f of g inverse of x. Ladies and gentlemen, let us push through to the very end. Failure is not an option. We need to find the inverse of this. We have f of g of x is equal to 2x squared minus 5. We need the inverse of this. Step 1. Take out f of g of x and put y. Y is equal to what? 2x squared minus 5. Step 2. Interchange x and y. Wherever I see x, put y. Wherever I see y, put x. Next, I must make y the subject, which means I need y alone on one side. Negative 5 comes over and become what? X plus 5 is equal to 2y squared. I need y alone. Divide both sides by what? So y squared is equal to x plus 5 over 2. What is the opposite of square? Y is equal to the positive or negative, the square root of x plus 5 over 2. Last step, f of g inverse of x is equal to positive or negative, the square root of x plus 5 over 2. Did you get it? Very good. Let us finish. Last thing, guys, focus. Last thing, focus. Show that f of g inverse of 5 is equal to g inverse f inverse of what? 5. Now how to do? First of all, we have f of g inverse of x. Help me now? This is equal to what? Positive or negative, the square root of what? X plus 5 over 2. Now, how do you think f of g inverse of 5? What do you think we have to do? Wherever I see x, I'm going to take out x and put what? 5. So this is going to be what? Positive or negative, the square root of what? 5 plus 5 over what? 2. This is positive or negative, the square root of 5. Do you agree? Yes. Alright. You don't need to work that out. Leave it there, son. Let's do the next one. G inverse F inverse of 5. Stay with me. Are you ready? If someone asks you to find G inverse F inverse of 5, the first thing I would find is F inverse of 5. First of all, F inverse of X is equal to what? The phone's ready. X plus what? 7 over 2. You agree? Now, if someone says F inverse of 5, what must I do? Whenever I see X, take out X and put what? 5. So this is 5 plus 7 over 2. 12 over 2, do you agree? 6. Are you with me? So G inverse F inverse of 5, stay with me. Could I say that this is equal to G inverse of 6? What is F inverse of 5? What is F inverse of 5? 6. So let's check out this and put what? I just found this, and what did I get? 6. So let's check out this and put what? 6. Now, what is G inverse? Where is G inverse? This, don't it? Yes. No. Wherever I see X, I must take out X and put what? 6. This is equal to positive and negative. The square root of 6 minus 1. Which is what? Positive and negative what? The square root of what? 5. The two of them are what? The two of them are what? Therefore, f of g inverse of 5 is equal to g inverse f inverse of 5. And both of them equal to what? Positive and negative square root of what? 5. Can I see your hands if you got that correct?